We are still waiting for a definitive answer on what Donald Trump intends to do about that subpoena he's getting from the January 6th committee. He did release a rambling 14-page letter today where he repeated his election lies, but gave no indication of whether he'll actually testify under oath before the committee. Meanwhile, NBC News has obtained more never-before-seen video of congressional leaders on January 6th. The video was shot by House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's daughter, Alexandra, an accomplished filmmaker. One part shows Pelosi on the phone with then Vice President Mike Pence.
Except Deb was saying we've got to make plans and this takes organization. We said, no, why don't you just put people in vehicles logistically to get there? There is leadership of the National Guard at the Capitol with the Capitol Police leadership, but they have not been given authority to be activated. So that, in other words, that leadership can be taking place simultaneous to people coming in trucks to the Capitol. Mr. Secretary, I just spoke to Vice President Pence, and he was going to see, because Mitch wants to do it in the Capitol, but we're being told it could take days to clean it up and make sure there are no hidden, bombs.
The riveting new video also shows Pelosi discussing the logistics of returning to the Capitol.
Paul, I am very concerned about giving any long-term notice to anybody that we're going back. That they could engage in their First Amendment rights and be very disruptive even outside the Capitol, and making us still look like we're not really in a good place. Depending on what our Republican colleagues decide, this can be over fast, or this can go well into the night, and I'm sure the Capitol Police don't need that on top of all the trauma of today. But we may have to have some ancillary, some other security there to get us through the night.
Now that the committee has revealed so much of what went into January 6th, the big, continuing, unanswered question still whether there will be any accountability for those behind the attack. Earlier today, committee Vice Chair Liz Cheney was asked whether the former president broke the law and if he should be prosecuted.
The committee has the responsibility to make decisions about criminal referrals, and I, of course, have my own views about that. I don't want to get ahead of the committee's discussions on it. I would point people to Judge Carter's opinion, in which he said that it's more likely than not that Donald Trump and John Eastman violated at least 2 federal criminal statutes. So I don't want to get ahead of the committee, but I think you will see the committee's work in this regard done in a unanimous way. And I think there's no question about the answer.
As you well know, the 1-6 Committee's work is one of many investigations into the former president. We are also following the ongoing investigation into those classified documents recovered at Mar-a-Lago. According to the Wall Street Journal, the FBI is seeking additional information from 2 Trump aides about those documents. Investigators reportedly spoke to the aides months before the FBI searched Mar-a-Lago. And sources tell the paper they have been trying to talk to them again. And today, there was yet another development in the legal battle over that special master's review of the documents. The Justice Department has now filed an appeal with the 11th Circuit Court, arguing the review should end because Judge Cannon was wrong to order it in the first place.